Hey everybody, I'm down at Central High School. They had a sit-in today, a peaceful protest to object to the way the district administration has been handling sexual assault situation here at the school. And I've got some people here that we're going to talk to that were part of it, and so you can hear firsthand what actually was happening today. Hang on one second. Hey. Okay. She does not want to. Who wants to talk? Just you? Okay. Sorry about that.
So we're out here in Central today because one of the football players was accused of, was it sexual assault or just sexual assault? Sexual assault. It was sexual assault and harassment. A couple different times. And so this has been going on. He's a senior now. This has been going on since he's a freshman. Administration was made aware of this definitely this past weekend because of Instagram posts. And the administration took no action to try to rectify the situation whatsoever. So today, students organized a protest in support of the victims of those sexual assaults, and so they made them go to the gym. And when they got to the gym, the football player, was he there or was it just the football team? Because he's been on a field trip is what they're saying.
No, he hasn't been here all week.
He just hasn't been to school.
He just know not to come to school because the school is terrorist.
Okay. So, but the football players were in the gym. They were saying that
auditorium. This is before we went to the gym.
Okay, they were in the auditorium. They were allowed to go on stage. They were saying things like y'all were lying. And what else were they saying?
He's innocent. And when he's in the hallway, they threw water on us.
Who threw water on you?
Wow. And then I also heard that there was a conversation with the football coach where the football coach said it wasn't his problem.
He said what his problem is. He did what he could do. That was the situation. He got removed off the team and all of that.
So he's no longer a footballer?
No. He hasn't been on the team since his freshman year on the team.
Okay.
So why are they still throwing water and things on his behalf? Like, why are they standing up for him?
And we told them multiple times why ain't nobody on his side, and they still not sure.
And so then y'all were taken to the gym. They were locked in the gym. Parents started to show up. Parents were not allowed to get their kids from the gym. I was told that the U of L the students that go to U of L for dual credits, they were allowed to leave, but there was threats of every other student that was in the gym being suspended, and if they're over 18, possible other things.
Oh, wow.
And so then they're saying that they were not allowed to have lunch, they were not allowed to use the bathroom, and it just continued to escalate. The school administrators were not being helpful, they were antagonizing parents, and then JXPS sent their administrators, which then kind of took control of the situation and helped to get start getting students out at a quicker pace, as well as they were actually interacting with the parents in a more courteous manner, because the administration at the school was extremely negative and just being really nasty to anybody that they were interacting with. And it was told that the assistant principal, and like right now it wouldn't even been time for him to leave. He's already left the building.
What for? Safety concerns or something?
I'm not sure.
Did he get called down to Van Hoos? Maybe they in trouble?
They said he went home.
Oh my. Oh my.
So right now I'm staying out here because I want to make sure all of the kids are able to get wherever they're going. If there's any kids that need things out of their lockers, let's try to facilitate getting them, because like they have not been able to get anything out of their locker. And like some of the kids have reported that they have keys and stuff in their locker that makes it to where they have to be able to get. They need that stuff to get home.
Right, of course.
So I'm just trying to wait until they shuffle out most of these students, and then if those students are still out here, try to get them back in there. But also make sure that all the kids have rides and none of the kids are in, mental health crisis due to this trauma.
Right. So the kids that were corralled into the gym? Was that the entire student body or just the ones who were protesting?
No, it wasn't the entire. I think it was mostly just the ones that they targeted to be protesters.
Tell me more about what you mean by that.
Like,
They just
I don't
assumed?
know. Yeah, I don't know what the situation. How did they figure out who went to the gym? Wait, how did they figure out who went to the gym? Or did everybody go to the gym?
We all went to the gym.
They put everybody
at the auditorium.
We came from the auditorium to the gym because she told us to go to class. But our protest wasn't over.
Yeah,
The protest what?
the protest wasn't over.
It didn't even begin.
Right. They didn't take the
So-
protest seriously. They disrespected you. Your right to protest, your right to express a need for change.
So I activated as soon as I realized she was in the building because this is my protest niece. So got to take care of her.
Yes.
So I came down here and, like I said, I just want to make sure that everybody's safe. And especially I want to make sure that there's no kids in mental health crisis as they're leaving this building.
Right, because this just continues to deny their experience, deny their trauma, and prolong any hope of justice.
Imagine being afraid and then knowing that your parent is outside, but you're denied access to your parent. And you have no clue what's going on. Because a lot of the kids didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Like, this was different.
Well,
So, yeah.
and I'm even thinking about the victims of the sexual assault.
I would've been-
Like, their trauma is
Yeah.
continuing as well. Like,
Was she here? Was the one that went on Facebook and made the accusation? Was she here?
Yes, ma'am. She spoke up in the auditorium.
So yeah, we will be here until all the kids leave.
All right, well, good. Well, I'm gonna switch it back around.
And
So,
she's been out here for quite a minute.
does she want to talk? You think?
Hour.
Does
I
she
probably
wanna
wouldn't
talk?
approach her right. She's
No.
escalated right now. I probably wouldn't approach her at this moment.
All right.
They done told her. They done told her. Yeah, because she was over on the other door when we were over there.
So it's also offensive that they called the police and the school is surrounded by police.
There's swords setting up at 9th Street. SRT is setting up at 9th Street.
Why does Manual have peaceful protests and Central gets the police called on them?
Because Central is black.
And
Because Central is
Manual is the whitest high school.
What up, homie?
So Manual is like 13% black. They have the lowest black population, I should say, in high schools. Or at least that is what the data used to say, I believe. So you can check me if you like. But we've still got some upset people here. I'm live streaming.
I'll get your stuff to y'all.
I'm live streaming. You want to say anything?
I said a whole lot and I don't know. I came down. Just that I came down here to de-escalate the situation because I heard that it was heightened. And that's what I did. The kids were in the gym and they were calling them out to be released as the parents picked them up. Then the 18-year-olds was allowed to sign themselves out and go home or wherever they were planning on going. But now they're letting kids out. They say about the floor. Classroom, so it's on the third floor, second floor, and then I guess around on the first floor.
Okay, so they're not only the kids that were in the gym have been held inside the building, but everybody, right?
Well,
like all the different floors too?
Well, I don't know what
Because
happened.
this is a level 4
It was a
lockdown?
level 4 lockdown because it
Is that
got
the highest or the...
It got
That's the
dangerous.
highest level. Did it get dangerous?
It did. It got dangerous.
You don't think people overreacted?
So I don't know.
I mean, did it have to get to the point of danger?
I don't know. I don't know. Alala got somebody over there.
So this is Tyra Walker for anybody who's watching my live stream. She is one of the co-chairs of the Kentucky Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression. She's a JCPS teacher. She's a JCTA officer and a parent.
Yes, very Central.
At Central, so she fits all. two students here. She fits all the check boxes.
I came trying to maintain something we can get everybody dismissed in an orderly fashion. The principal was getting lunch prepared for the students so that they could eat before they went home. I'm trying to think. I want to get everything out.
Good.
I'm sorry, it's just so overwhelming. But the kids are out there safe. For the kids, because they were starting to do some things. Break windows and
Oh, were they?
stuff
Okay.
of that nature. Yeah, some windows got broken. So it was to keep them safe. That's why we were on level 4. That's why they couldn't let them out in the hallway.
All right.
So
Well, you're doing a good job representing all groups today. Because that can't be easy to do.
it cannot. I'm
It
sorry.
cannot be easy to do.
I'm sorry to say.
And, you know, regardless, the administration should not have swept this under the rug to the point where it got to this point.
I don't know the details
Right.
about that yet. I get bits and pieces. I don't know, so I can't even really speak on it.
No, but we need an investigation, and you know what
There
I think
should
we
be,
need?
absolutely.
I think we need an outside investigation because we've seen too many examples of internal investigations where they interview people and then the story they put in the investigation doesn't match what the witness told. And we can't, just like with LMPD, we can't trust the department to investigate themselves and then say, oh, look, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You know, even if they are doing everything right, it's just not a good look. It's just not a good practice. We need an outside investigation to not only this, but what happened over at Highland Middle. There's a bullying lawsuit where they swept some things under the rug when the student was assaulted. She was hit in the face by a classmate, and they tried to make it her fault and blame it, you know, make it go away.
I
And
didn't know anything.
they got a whole bunch of stories going there.
Once we get more details from that, once we get more details, we'll be able to.
There's some patterns that we're seeing
Yeah.
that have been going on for a long time,
Yeah,
and we got to stop. We got to
Yeah.
put kids first.
yeah, we do. And I have females. I have girls or female students that are seeing JCPS as well, and I want them to protect.
Yeah. And this situation is not unique to Central. Like, we want to make sure people know that Central is not the only school that has problems like this.
Oh no.
And in fact, Manual had a case where I took some evidence to the board because they were sweeping it under the rug and not doing anything about it. So, you know, we need to look at those patterns. It was a drug ring. It was a drug ring.
Okay.
Yes, there was a drug ring being covered up at Manual. Yes, I just said that on camera. But it's in open records, so feel free to find out what I submitted. Yep.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hi, Paul, how are you?
Good. How are you? Over here making strong.
I'm gonna speak to my family.
You want to say anything? I'm live. I'm on Dear JCPS.
I don't even know what's. I just got here. I don't know. I'm trying to check in.
You want to talk about anything? You want to talk about? I was talking about the situation over at Highland Middle and just these patterns of the adults not addressing situations when they're addressable, and why this was all avoidable.
Because they never implement what they're supposed to be implementing.
Right.
Restorative practice, and
Right.
resolution,
Right.
and dealing with bullying, and dealing with sexual and drug
Right.
abuse,
Can I
and
put
all
that
of
camera?
those things.
You mind if I put you on camera?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, this is Tia Edison.
Hello, everyone. I'm here. My daughter is a student here. I'm hearing that there is some allegations that have not been addressed by leadership here, which is a common theme in JCPS. And our students are tired. Like, our girls are tired of it. Our students are tired of it. We need to. This is what it looks like when JCPS does not implement conflict resolution, restorative practice. They don't do anything for the trauma that our kids are going through. Our kids are self-medicating. They're not doing anything to help them with that. They do punitive measures. They try to, like, do everything punitively to the students and nothing punitively to the adults. And it's time that we hold them accountable. It's time to bring awareness that we're done. Like, we're done. We're done with you saying that you're doing things and you're not. Is that my friend Stacy?
All right, thank you, Tia. So my battery's about to die anyway, and I don't want to be interviewing somebody and have it die while in the middle of their thoughts. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out. But please keep following our posts and our website here, jcps.com, and help us keep the awareness until justice, comes to JCPS, especially for our black and brown students, our disabled students, our LGBTQ students, and our women who are the focus of what's happening here today at Central, especially our black women. All right, thanks everybody.
How did you think that So they didn't handle it. You don't sit there and have an open forum against girls who's accusing people of sexual assault, and then you have this